We're going to do a quick market update today, go over everything that we're looking at recently, where I think we're headed for Bitcoin, altcoins, and high time frame stuff, some low time frame stuff, and yeah, should be good. It's pretty much just an update from the last video, I think. Might be a little bit noisy around here. I'm in Bali right now, just chilling out here mostly. So we'll start with Bitcoin on the higher time frame, and it's pretty simple really. I think that either the top is in now, or this here could be one, two, three here, four somehow, and then five for another diagonal. A really bullish one would be a bunch of nested 1-2s for Bitcoin, which we spoke about in the last video, but I'm just not personally a fan of nested structure like that. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. I much prefer Elliott Wave when it's super clear and obvious, and yeah, that's pretty much for Bitcoin. I'm thinking like the macro top is probably in here, but that does not mean there will be no alt season. For example, there are many different ways in which a correction can happen or it can take place. So that could be like an A, B, where it does put in another high, but it would be corrective, and then a C, or it could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But either way, I think most likely the top's probably in here on the higher time frames before a bear market. However, for many altcoins, that is completely not the case, and I think we're getting extremely close to an alt season. Many people on the timeline think just because Bitcoin goes down, alts can't go up. It's just not true. Alts can go up. We've seen it in 2021. We saw this diagonal. We saw like that, and it's the same thing. Alts will run, and alts will run very hard for not a long amount of time. But for most alts across the board, I think that most are showing like Elliott Wave triangles on the higher time frame. So massive triangles, which have been taking place for years and years. Okay, so LTC on the weekly, we have this triangle, right? And that's A, B, C, D, E, and that's just been tightening for the past like 9 years. And a lot of alts look like this at the moment, where you have that first initial move. So this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would be a 5, 3, because a triangle is like a 3-wave move in Elliott Wave. So it would be something like this: A, B, C, and this can go extremely high as well. Your invalidation right now would be 41 on this, and then you have so your A wave here, B, a C, a D, and then the E wave was when we took on that big liquidation wipe. That would have been the E wave there. And then on the lower time frames, we have a super impulsive move here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that, followed by a potential A, B, and a C. And you're looking in this green box right here for higher levels to start that big wave 3 and that expansion to the upside. Like, I haven't seen an impulse as clear and clean as LTC in an extremely long time, so I'm very bullish short term on this. I have a big position as well. I'll talk about Bitcoin a bit lower time frame because I don't think there's too much to go over, but for this diagonal that I'm spotting on, there's an option of 2 counts right now, but this is the most probable, is a leading diagonal, and the majority of counts do point towards one more low here to yearly open. So all I'm looking for now is pretty much this rollover here, come into like 93k, and then 3-wave or something else. But if I would draw a path for medium time frame, it would be this here. So for the 5th, or the alternative count brings it down here anyway. We're just gonna have to assess that with more price action, but overall we're looking for that yearly open regardless. There's no bullish count here that you can make, like, I mean, even off the lows. So I was talking about in a recent post is knowing the difference between corrective and impulsive price action. This is corrective up. It's very clear that it's not impulsive. It needs to look impulsive, okay? That looks disgusting. You need it to look a certain way, and that's why I've been doing so well in the markets recently, is because I know what looks corrective, what looks impulsive. I don't try and force something to look like something it clearly isn't, which is what a lot of Elliott Wave people do out there. They overcomplicate everything. They try and overanalyze. If it's not clear and obvious, don't use it. Simple as that. Or it's corrective, okay? So that's been my approach recently, and why I've found success with Elliott Wave. is that I'm simplifying it to make it as easy as it can be and effective, and that's what a lot of people don't do with it. So that's Bitcoin. Okay, leading diagonal most likely, 80% chance we get a new low. I can't make this bullish right now. I'll have to force fit something in if it does go up from here, but just don't think it's going to happen. ETH is also quite clean as well. I think on the macro this is a correction up, so this would be let me find it, an A, a B, and a C, and then this would be, that would be a W up there, and then that would be the X wave, and then another ABC up to around 8k Ethereum. So that's like the macro, what I'm expecting it to look like at the moment. On the lower time frames, similar to BTC, but I think what we will get with Ethereum is one more low here to, I'd like 2945, which comes in at the 1-to-1 of this ABC here, which would be really, really clean. And I'd probably pick up quite a big leverage position if we get that. You know, you have so 535, which would be a zigzag for the W, X wave, 535 for the Y wave, so it would just be a simple double zigzag like this, W, X, and then a Y. And what we have on the most recent is 1, 2, 3, corrects it up, and then we're looking for that fifth wave down, and then we're looking for higher on ETH. Okay, so this is kind of the same story with a lot of alts that I'm looking at the moment. Is we are pretty much one more lower wave before we can start really getting bullish on these alts and looking for some serious upside for like an alt season, I guess. So that's literally ETH. I think to the time to be bullish, very bullish, is coming, and it's coming very, very soon. I would estimate around maybe end of November we can really start to see some quite strong upside, and this goes for the majority of alts that I personally look at. I don't, as I mentioned in the previous video, I don't trade shit coins. I don't trade coins which don't have like clear and obvious price action. I trade majors mostly. I don't trade like, I don't know, micro caps. I stick to ones like Link, for example, which is super clean, coins with good clean price action. And what we've done here for most alts now is, I was speaking about the wick fills, and it would probably come down to like 50% of the wick, that we wouldn't fill all of it, but we would definitely fill in some. And the whole of CT was getting super mad at this for some reason, like, oh bro, it's never gonna go down there. Like, what? Like, it can nuke 50% in a day, yeah? And these idiots on CT are saying, well, it can't go down there, bro, it'll be a bear market. Like, I think most of CT is genuinely a little bit retarded, because price can go anywhere it wants to, you know? You just have to adapt based on what you see, and saying price can't go somewhere is just stupidity. We've seen it time and time again that the market will always humble those who think in absolute. So I think most of the downside here across the board is done. Just one more low maybe for some alts, apart from the ones like LTC, which have really clean structure. I don't think they definitely shouldn't put in another low. And this is again coming back to the point of alts will move in different ways. Some will go up for a period of time, some will go down. Like if you look at Zcash and then you look at BTC, Zcash was just running while Bitcoin was nuking, and it's the same thing. It's just rotations of certain structures within altcoins. Each asset is different. While the majority will fall with BTC, we're at the stage of this alt season now where each coin has their own timelines. Each coin runs individually, and for most coins like LTC, they can go up, and then others like Bitcoin can go down and put in another low. It's pretty common knowledge. I don't really understand why people find this so hard to grasp, because it's really not that difficult. But yeah, some others I've been looking at, I haven't really changed the counts up yet, but for ADA it would be a 1-2, and then I really think this is going to put in some work as well for some upside. Really clean again. ETC, I do this on Twitter. I think that this is A, B, C, D, E, same triangle. Eventually it will break out. I think ETC is going to be one of the ones which takes a little bit longer, but eventually it's still going to be in the same kind of destination. It's going to get those high levels. Your target would be simply these highs up here at minimum. I think it should get there very simply. XRP is one which is a little bit more tricky, but the count, I think this is probably a flat here, and then you're looking, I'd like this kind of range low area here to get long, and then look for upside. I think there's too much to go over here, guys. I'm pretty much just talking about the only coins that I'm actively trading at the moment. I could talk about Solana and other things, but haven't looked at them in months because they're just not appealing for me to trade at the moment. I don't know. I don't have like counts which I can fully back and say, yes, this is very probable to happen, which is pretty much all I look for within cryptos, and my watch list is coins where I have the most data to say this is probably going to go up or this is probably going to go down. And a lot of coins after that big nuke, they just became unclear. They will become more clear with more price action, but it's still very early when we look back to what actually happened. And then I've really just kind of tightened up my list of coins which I actually look at. So I get asked a lot to chart random coins, and most of them it's the exact same thing, that the structure is lost. I wouldn't put my money into it. It's just not worth it in my opinion. I have 4 spot coins right now. I have Link, LTC, ETC, and HBAR. Why? Because I know where they're gonna go. I'm not searching for some bullshit fucking, fart coin which could moon. It's not really what I'm about. I'm very much more safe in what I do than other people. I'm not trying to catch 100x's. I'm trying to catch maybe 5x's or 8x's. Okay, and I'm happy to wait a very, very long time for that. A lot of crypto people do just love to gamble on things, which is why they don't make money, as simply as I can put it. See, AVAX is another one where it just lost this invalidation level, so I'm not really bothered with it anymore. I just don't really care about it too much, so I'm not going to trade it, and I don't have a count for it after that. So we're just going to have to literally wait for more price action for me to update all of these new coins fully, because they have to build that price action again. You've lost years of price action in one single candle, so it's not even worth me looking at it or trying to pick it. Like Pengu as well was one I was really liking before, but then you crossed into this one. So what I think is probably more likely with this one, I haven't updated it, this is the old counts, but it would be 3, 3, and then potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 upwards, so like a corrective flat up, which is another possibility. But again, I'm just not super confident with it right now. So what I would wait for is something like break above here, get back into here, maybe long this retest, stop loss at this low, and then ride that. Okay, so I want to wait for extreme confirmation than playing down here when I have no clue what's likely to happen next. Similar again with Sui, is I just gotta wait. You just have to be patient with this thing. Trade the coins which are very, very clear. You know where they're likely headed, and you'll do very well in this space, rather than searching for your next 100x gem, which will most likely go to 0 after your favorite influencers showed it to you. Pretty much. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it today, guys. I don't really have loads to update because it's kind of just me repeating the same things across the board, because I'm not trading as much right now. Maybe I'm taking 3 trades a week, which I am doing, and then I'm only trading like 3 or 4 coins once I get a very clear setup. I've taken, let me have a look at my order history here. I haven't traded too much, and my win rate has been extremely high. I mean, you can see that there. This is why I'm usually pretty good at this, because I don't overtrade and I don't make the same mistakes that I used to make. I used to gamble a lot. I had lost a lot of money in this thing, and then I just kind of chilled out, and I had to become a lot more relaxed and pick up the things that I've kind of learnt today of being patient, just doing what you think is right within coins. I don't listen to anyone else now. All I trade is exactly what I see in the markets, what's in front of me. I trade higher time frames, swing trading. I don't day trade anymore because I just don't think it's high probability. I take less trades, don't overtrade, and it's been working really, really well for me. And a lot of people on CT, they can do this ultra low time frame stuff, but for me it's just never, it doesn't really work. I'd much rather trade something which is really high liquidity, like NQ or S&P, for day trading rather than crypto right now, because it's just super illiquid and there's not many day trading setups that can be presented like this one here. Right now I'm short. It was quite a good setup, you know. We had a 3-wave move up, we had a range deviation, a break back into the range. I took a short here. Whereas the obvious target, you have a equal lows here, another low here, yearly open, which is down below. It ties into the Elliott wave count. You have a really clean, easy setup, and yeah, shorted because of that. So this is usually the kind of lowest time frame that I'm actually trading. Right now I used to trade a lot lower. I used to catch each individual thing and just end up losing money, but yeah. So that's pretty much my thoughts on the market. One more low, alts like LTC should start seeing that upside right now. We're in a really nice area for Litecoin to go up. You know, you have the impulsive move, a flat. This green box is where we are likely to bounce from. I'd say the most logical place is here, and this next this next wave up should be very, very big. Okay, so yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. I know there wasn't as much TA this video, but yeah, just my thoughts on the market, some general thoughts with trading, and yeah, I'm kind of not on the charts as much anymore, which has really helped me as well. I'm kind of like, I have a pool just down there. I'm in a villa, which is pretty cool, traveling a little bit, and yeah, so I'll catch you in the next one, guys.